Okay, okay. So here we are. It is October 19th. We have about 2.5 months, a little less than 2.5 months to, meet our goals, meet what we're trying to accomplish, make what we're trying to accomplish happen. There's a lot going on. People are going solar faster than ever. I can feel it. I can really feel it. People are more willing to give out their bill as long as you approach them, right? So if you can't sell a secret. So you got to get out there and do what you got to do. Tonight, a real short call. I do have a meeting here in San Antonio that we're going to be having. So want to go ahead and get our guest speaker introduced right away. Mr. Geoff Cash I'm very glad I have met Geoff because we have so much in common from a long time ago. We actually ended up being in the same company, but just didn't know each other. And we've studied from the same people, and it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat to connect with somebody like that. And, he was already in the organization. I had no idea. And then I met him at our conference, which was even better. So needless to say, Geoff came out on stage and did a great job. I was super impressed, and I told him that, and I was really glad for him. And I said, you know what, would you mind sharing some of your experience, some of your wisdom with the team? And so tonight we have Mr. Geoff Cash. I'll let him introduce himself and where he's from, but please take very, very copious notes. You don't want to miss this. I am going to record this, but I would choose a long pencil over a short memory any day of the week, right? So here he is, Mr. Geoff Cash. Thank you, sir, for being on. I appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks so much, Eric. Can you hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Got me loud and clear? Awesome, awesome. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I really do appreciate it. And Eric, you don't give yourself enough credit, that's for sure. You've been, an awesome leader already to me. We've had very little time to really get to know each other that well. But because of our past and because of everything connected, it's amazing. I feel like I've known you forever. So it's kind of funny and it's kind of unique. But so I certainly do appreciate the opportunity. So thank you very, very much for this evening. So everyone, one of the biggest things, and Eric kind of already touched on it, is, when we go into the fourth quarter of a year, it's one of the quarters that a lot of distractions can come into play. And it's one of the most important quarters, period, because when you close out your year strong, a lot of people don't realize this. You're already starting the next year with massive momentum by how you close out the year previously. And when you look at how we have fourth quarter, we have Halloween for kids. We have Thanksgiving for family. We have Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. I mean, all of these things are one big thing, and that's distractions. And so, I plan and I goal set constantly. All throughout the year, I am constantly making exact targets and exact plans on how I can get there. Everyone always asks, and I'm not here to brag or boast or anything. There's an old saying that, hey, I'm not here to impress you, and I'm here to impress upon you. I believe in that, but I don't believe in that. No, I am here to impress you. And what I'm here to impress you is the fact that I work really, really hard to achieve what I achieve. So when I set out and say I'm going to do something, it's not I hope I'm going to get there. I think I might get there. I hope that it's going to happen. I hope that I might end up at that destination. I know I'm going to get there because I'm going to set a goal. I'm going to set a target, and then I'm going to do backwards math on what it's going to take to hit that target. And I'm going to hold myself accountable, not just on a weekly, not on a monthly, but every single day. Because a good mentor of mine, Jeff Olson, wrote a book called The Slight Edge. And in that book, he talked about doing small activities compounded over a long period of time equals massive results. And so in order to be able to achieve something massive, you got to have a targeted plan in order to be able to get there. So that's what I really wanted to talk to you about tonight. All right. So obviously a lot of you don't know me, so I'll tell you a little bit about my background and why you should be listening to me. So my name is Geoff Cash. I'm from the Richmond, Virginia area. I've got a lot of experience in solar. I spent 4 years in that business. I helped build a brick and mortar company from the ground up. We went from a little over 700,000 in sales our first year to 22 million the last year that I was a part of that. So we had pretty phenomenal growth in 4 years. Just had some discrepancies with the owner and ended up walking away from that opportunity. And so from that standpoint, I got transitioned into a couple different opportunities that me and Eric actually had the pleasure to be a part of and had no idea of that. But I was able to be around the right people. And those right people started to mold me and shift me into believing things that I didn't even realize it was possible. Because, you know, there's an old saying, and the old saying is that believing is seeing. And really, that's not the truth. Seeing is believing. And what I mean that is you got to see it before it can happen. You got to believe it in the mind, see it in the mind. And so that way you can get there. Because when you don't see it and you don't have the pathway of vision to get there, you're never going to know where you're end up going. You know, Helen Keller said it best. She said, I'd rather be blind with no vision than have vision and have no sight. You got to be able to see where you're going to go, and you got to be able to map out how to get there. And so I've been a part of some very large things. And it wasn't because I was so special or so gifted or so talented, but it was because I wanted to work and I was able to follow a simple systematic system in order to get there. And I was willing to do the daily activities in order to get there. So that's what I really want to stress with y'all this evening. And that's what we're going to talk about is I'm going to show you how I goal plan and how I take it down step by step by step so that I can make sure that I'm going to set a target, and I can make sure I'm not going to just set a target to hope that I get there, but I'm going to set a target to exactly get there. Okay. And I'm going to use a very simple analogy in order to how to break that down and explain it. When you go somewhere right now, I'm sure all of y'all have taken a trip. You've probably taken a road trip of some sort. You take a GPS and you type in an address to that destination. Now, when you type in an address to that destination, do you just magically, whimsically hope that you're going to end up there? No, you follow step by step by step directions, right? It's going to tell you, hey, go up here, right 1.7 miles and hang a right, right? Go up 6.8 miles and hang a left. Go on this road for 58 miles and hang another right, right? It tells you step by step by step. That's the same thing what you need to do in your goals. So here's how I do it, right? So I start out with an annual goal. I want to do X, whatever that number is. And I would encourage you to put whatever number you originally think of, go 20% above that number, because you want to stretch your belief. Because what the mind does until you truly, truly work on it, and even after you work on it, the mind wants to play conservative. The mind wants to play the safety zone. The mind wants to convince ourselves that, hey, you know what? I think I might be able to get this. And that's the most dangerous thing you could ever tell yourself. I think I might be able to get this, but I know I can get this. So let me set that as my target. No. That's not the real target. The think should have been the real target. That's what you need to stretch yourself to, right? So whatever that number is, set that out. Then you need to take that number, you need to divide it by quarters, because everything is built in 90-day runs. So you need to work hard in a 90-day sprint and track that 90-day sprint to use that momentum to go into the next 90-day sprint. You know, marathon runners, they don't just sit there and say, I'm going to get there and I'm going to get there. No, they look at things in a previous succession. They want to know, I'm going to get to this pace, and then I'm going to go to the next stage. Then I'm going to get to this pace, and I'm going to go to the next stage. So the same thing with your goals, that's what you got to do. You got to take the annual goal, and that's too big for us to see in one time. So we break it down into 4 90-day segments. Then from there, we're going to take those 90-day segments, and we're going to break it into 13-week segments, okay? From that standpoint, we're going to break it into 7 days. And this is where you go to the next level of your goal planning and the next level of your sessions. Take each day and break that down into quadrants. So know that, hey, my morning goal before lunchtime, I'm going to accomplish this. Between lunchtime, and this is how, and I love the expression, and I posted something on my Facebook, and Eric actually loved it, is the fact that, you know, so many people say I'm busy. And I know that we've all said it. I've said it, you've said it, everybody out here, they say I'm busy, right? I'm so busy, I can't do this. I'm so busy, I don't have enough time. I'm so busy. Well, guess what? We all have the same 24 hours. You're only busy because you're not planning and allocating the right amount of time to be able to get there, right? So what you have to do is you have to commit to make sure I'm going to make every single hour work. Now, a lot of people will say, I'm just going to grind and I'm going to work 18 hours a day. I don't believe in that. That's my philosophy. I've done that. I've built there. I've did that for years and years and years with that mentality, thinking I needed to grind and I needed to outwork everyone. But what I realized was the body needed rest and my mind needed rest. And what I was doing is during that 18-hour period, I wasn't being efficient for those 18 hours, which is why it took me 18 hours. You know, if you look at the billionaire Warren Buffett, you look at Bill Gates, you look at Elon Musk, you look at Jeff Bezos, look at all of them. And there's been interviews done by every single one of them. And all of them will tell you they get 8 hours of sleep every single night. Now, how do they get 8 hours of sleep every single night, yet they're accomplishing everything? It's because when they're plugged in and they're locked in, there is no distractions. They have a methodical plan of what they're going to do during that period of time. And that's what you have to do. So if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to accomplish this before lunch. I'm not taking my lunch break until I accomplish this. But I'm not going to let my phone, I'm not going to let my email, I'm not going to let my text messages, I'm not going to let anything distract my time of that to be able to accomplish that goal. Then during lunch, if you're like me, I'm eating, I'm doing different things, do this. Put on some personal development. Put on a book. Put on other things that you would be wanting to do. Rather than just have an empty noise in the background, you're already eating, you're doing something. Do something else on top of that that doesn't require methodical activity to it, right? Okay. And then before lunch is over, take a 5-minute span and plan out what the afternoon goal is going to be. And say, all right, now I'm going to accomplish this in the next 2 hours. Maybe it's I'm going to call people. Maybe it's I'm going to follow up. Maybe it's I'm going to look at marketing. Maybe it's I'm going to set leads. I don't care what it is. Whatever that goal that you need to do to accomplish what your main goal is, make that consistent and make that something you're going to get done. No questions, no asks. But the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I take this thing, I take this thing right here, and I put all of them away. I put all that aside because I can't accomplish my goal if I got all these distractions. I can't accomplish my goal if I got the TV in the background. I can't accomplish my goal if I'm answering text messages, emails, because every single time I get distracted out of the mind frame to respond to a text message, now it takes me 5 to 10 to 15, 20 minutes to get back in the right mindset to be able to go back on the path that I was going down. Okay? So do that every single day and then track your results. I can't say it enough. Track your results and keep them in front of you at all times. Most people will do this, and I'm sure y'all have heard of this. I'm going to do a dream board, right? I have no problems with a dream board. I love them. Put them in front of you, put them out there, set your goals. Most people do it right around New Year's. You want to know how many people actually go back and look at that throughout the year? Very small percentage, very, very small percentage. Some people will set their goals every month. Guess how many times they've looked at them? Once a month. You want to know what I do? Every single morning, the first thing I do in the morning, I write down my goals. Annual, monthly, weekly, daily, every single day. The last thing I do before I go to bed, I write them down again. So now my mind, my subconscious mind has seen that now 104 times throughout the year. That combined with the activity that I'm tracking and holding myself accountable by tracking, you think my percentage of achieving the goal is a lot higher than someone that looked at it one time? That's what it takes to get there, okay? And I want to leave y'all with this because I know Eric's got an event. I know he's got some things going on, so I don't want to talk forever because I could on this. This topic is huge. I promise you, goal setting is one of the most important things you're ever going to do in life. I don't care if it's business, personal, relationship. I have goals for everything. I have goals for my marriage. I have goals. I just found out that, a couple months ago that we're expecting our first child in March. I have goals for how I'm going to be a father. Everything has something to track by. Because if I don't have something to track by, I have no idea where I'm going to go, right? So I know a lot of times when you set goals, you're going to have some setbacks and you're going to feel bad and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I didn't hit that goal. Trust me, I know it's going to happen. But here's what I'm going to say. Or you're going to say, I don't know where to go. I'm lost. I'm confused. But here's what I'll tell you. I made my first sale. I was terrible at I never made my first sale. Okay. I wrote a book. I was the worst writer you've ever seen. When I spoke at my first speaking event, Eric would tell you that he would disagree with me. But when I spoke the first time, I was the worst speaker you've ever seen. The difference is we all suck when we start something new, right? But the difference is I chose to do it and you can too. Eric, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity. I hope all y'all got something out of this. Set your goals, hold yourself accountable, and I promise you'll reach higher limits than you ever know possible.
Thank you, Geoff. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Hey, listen, Geoff, how long have you been in Power?
August 4th.
August 4th. So 2 months and 2
days.
weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many total personal sales do you have in 2 months and 2 weeks?
So I have 12 personals, and I have 9 mentored, and I have 2 more that I just got today.
Incredible, man. And by any chance, have you shared the opportunity with any friends, family, any coworkers? Do you have any team members?
Yeah, a lot. So I have 11 personals. My entire team right now is up to 22 people.
22 people in 2 months and 2 weeks. And if there was something one thing you could tell everybody out there, just a little nugget about what you did. I know you shared a lot today, which I appreciate, but just one thing that you think that is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't prejudge anyone. And I know everybody says that. I know we all say that. I know y'all hear it over and over and over, but I can't stress it enough. You have no idea who is going to be, what they're going to do, what they're going to think. I'll give you all a quick little short story. So in a previous opportunity, my number one producer, and when I say number one, his life changed forever, and he's went on to do incredible things. But my number one producer was a waiter at Olive Garden, struggling, barely could pay his bills, barely could do anything. Number one producer. Went on to set records for that company and now makes a very, very high 6-figure income every single year. Very high, if not 7 figures. I haven't spoken with him in a while. He was a waiter at Olive Garden. He made $21,000 the year before I met him. He made $118,000 the next year. His parents thought he was a drug dealer. You never know. You have no idea. In fact, here's what I will leave you with, this thought process and this mindset. You are doing them a disservice. You are, by not offering this opportunity to every single person you come in contact with. It's up to them to say no, not you.
Right. I appreciate that, Geoff. Thank you so much. I hope y'all took notes. We'll be hearing more of Geoff. Trust me, he's definitely one of our team leaders. So appreciate you, man, all the way in Virginia, bro. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much.
No worries, no worries.
Thank you so much. And Geoff, you are a mentor, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are a mentor. So, guys, if you want to reach out to Geoff, he's a professional, knows exactly what he's doing. I don't know. Can anybody reach out to you for mentorship? Is that cool with you, Geoff?
Absolutely. Here, I'll put my phone number here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in the chat by all means. That's my direct cell. And Eric will tell you, he has it. I mean, that literally is my direct cell. So by all means, anybody that needs help, mentorship, whatever, I got you. I'm all about everybody winning.
Awesome, Geoff. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Does anybody have, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the call. Got a meeting we got to prepare for. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody that want to bring anything up possible? Got any mentors on the line that would like to say anything besides Geoff that he already did? Mm-hmm. All right. All right. So thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. We got to hit those goals. I want a nice Christmas, so I got to work hard. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Take care.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Geoff. Great presentation.
Thank you.
Great presentation.
Thanks, Geoff. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Gil.
See you in a little bit.
All righty.